So, since we're in the era of everyone talking about masculine and feminine, I want you to know what a real masculine is versus what a fake masculine is, okay? Here we go. This right here, this circle represents divine masculine energy. They're the protector, right? I can't write it, but I'm gonna put a P. Protector. They are the ones guarding the outside perimeter from anything that can come in, anything that's trying to attack it. That's what the divine masculine does. It's stand there and it's always protecting. Now, within this circle, we have other masculine energies who they're not as good as protectors, but they reside right here, right? They're being protected by the real masculine. They're giving the real masculine answers and feedback because remember, the real masculine can't go outside of this perimeter, right? They have to stay protecting. So they talk to the little weak boys, the ones who call themselves alphas, right? This is where alphas reside. This is a sigma man up here. This is an alpha man in here because they're doing just enough to look masculine, but they're not actually masculine because they're run by what? Emotions. So the emotions are the feminine realm. They belong to the feminine because it's the womb of existence, right? That's why femininity seems easy because I'm out here being a shell. So for the divine masculine, it does seem like the divine feminine has it easy. But the divine feminine, this is where life and death happens. This is where combustion happens. This is where everything happens. Life, death, pain, joy is inside of the feminine. That's why the feminine is so amazing. That's why the feminine is a womb and a portal to this world. The divine feminine, the feminine body can bring life into this world. Then there's feminine energies. These feminine energies, they reside right around the feminine. They're not the feminine themselves, but they can represent the feminine, right? This is where straight women live, right? Because they can bring babies into the world. And this is where gay men, trans women, feminine energies, this is where they live. And that's okay. Now, what's not okay is this weak sauce alpha fake male telling the feminine who to be because that's not how it's supposed to go. The feminine is the one who brings life. This masculine is the first shell of defense, but it is not the true masculine. That's why you keep seeing weak boys, weak women, soft women who claim to be masculine, replicating distorted patriarch and then putting it onto others and saying it's wrong, right? Because it's easy to stand on the outside and say that you're wrong, but you never experienced the inside. And it's easy to say that the outside is wrong because you've never experienced it. This is why we have to protect masculine and feminine energy at its essence, right? We're not here to fight each other. We're here to support each other. They both need each other, right? If I was just a skeleton of a shell, that's it. The flesh itself is feminine energy. Do you understand that? Do you understand that the flesh itself is feminine? The skeleton itself is masculine. It's the framework. And then the rest is the protection that fluffs it, right? The feminine protects the masculine supports the feminine. That's it. Get it through your heads. I know it's not easy. I know everyone wants to make it about genitalia, but it's not. If you want me to break it down by genitalia, I can. But if you want to keep it simple and easy, keep it surface level. You can be a masculine man, you can be a masculine woman. Does not change the fact that we all have feminine energy. It is creation energy. It is meant to be utilized by both bodies, right? Now, yes, there are natural attributes that come along with being a masculine male, just like there's attributes that come along with being a feminine female. But then there's the spectrum in between, right? It is the job of the polarized masculine and feminine, which we call straight people, to protect the rest of us because we are a spectrum in between where our identities are fluid. So which means if we're fluid, we're meant to be on inside. We're meant to be flowing through spaces and creating while the structure holds it together. Because again, you choose to be either the protector or the feminine. This is all of us. This messed up drawing represents the cell. We are all this cell. We are all protectors. We are all nurturers, right? We all have that ability to be a nurturer. But we are not supposed to fight each other and say, well, because I'm out here protecting and doing all this work, you don't respect me and da 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 da. So the feminine sucks. No, this is where the bear, between this space and here, for the real masculine, this is where the bear lives. And the man, right? When they say, do I want the bear or the man? This is the bear that the women are fighting. that distorted, broken simp boy who wants to argue everything. The divine masculine, he's out here. He gets it. He's like, yeah, I get it. No. If a random man is out in the middle of the woods, all the way out in the middle of the woods, what is that random man doing there? Because the bear lives there. The man doesn't. That's what makes it scary. Do you people not understand? I am trying to let y'all know today, do not keep letting people crap on these words and these titles. This was given to us as tribes people. When we first came to this earth, we were tribes. Yes, it's beautiful to have a community of a culture of people who live in cities and stuff and say that they rock that city, but that's not a tribe. A real tribe understands they're supposed to teach each other and re-implement these very simple, basic principles of life. There's something that is the egg, and there's something that it's the energy. You can call it whatever you want, but I'm gonna just call it the energy, right? The sperm, sure. That is the catalyst that allows that egg to activate, to reawaken all that DNA, to be born again. That's why suppressing the feminine energy is not a good idea, because the feminine energy will always fight back. That is Mother Earth. That is Mother Nature. Why do you people be like, oh my gosh, we're having so many tornadoes and storms? Because Mother Earth is feminine, and if you try to suppress her too long, she's gonna explode on you. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? The masculine is not stronger than the feminine. I know they want you to believe that, but the masculine is simply a shell, and shells are meant to crack. They are not always going to hold everything together. They can do it to the best of their ability, which is why the feminine supports them and loves on them and puts energy into them, because they know that they're protecting them. But guess what? Even if that shell broke, the feminine will create a new shell, because the feminine has that ability to regenerate itself that way, which is why the masculine has to learn how to love its feminine energy to regenerate itself, because if it doesn't, it becomes stiff. It becomes a stone, and then it has no movement, no life, no nothing. It's still existing, but it's existing at a very slow glacial place. And that's not where society should be. We should be moving forward. This is not an argument that still should be had about gay, straight, bi, who cares? Are you a good person? Are you paying your bills? Are you living your life? Are you doing your thing, right? Because we shouldn't even be paying bills. That's a whole nother topic. But the point is, though, as long as you're being a healthy adult human being, not hurting anyone. Because yes, there are ways that people can project energy onto others. And yes, there are agendas out there where people are projecting their distorted energy onto others. And then you see people fighting back. And media will always pick the side it wants. So you're going to see the distortion of who looks the worst based on media, right? Because who runs media? Distorted humans. Humans are just people. Humans are just specimens. We don't know everything. So to look at something and take it as face value makes no sense, because humans know how to manipulate everything to make it go their way. That's why we are magicians. That's why we are the witches. We are the weird ones. We look at everything else like it's so bad and evil, but we are the sentient beings who have the capability of free will to make choices that are morale-based and not just ego-based, right? Learn how to pay attention to what people are telling you so that you don't get trapped in some other person's delusion. Masculine energy is the shell to protect. Feminine energy is the stuff on the inside that is the creation of everything that's flowing and fun and yummy. And they go together. They're necessary, because we need to know the protection of the feminine energy is the most important thing as a masculine that we can do. It does all the work. It has the babies. It bodies change, moods change, emotions change. All the masculine has to do is just exist and protect. I get it. It seems hard because you're not getting the type of love you deserve, but that's because you created that environment. Stop creating distorted environments and then living off of other weak boys, or here it is, out here, strong, weak. Because remember, they're so close to being the shell, but they're not. So they're mad that they're not you, which is why they call a real man a simp, when really they're the simp, because they're still being protected by real men, by real masculines, because that's the point of it. You have to understand who you are and stand in your space and own it, and stop letting people tell you who you are based on sexuality. So dated. Love ya.